is Arius, and I'm a bike messenger within the R.S.S.H delivery company. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. And on behalf of Cyber FM and the R.S.S.H, we thank you for listening to today's Cybersecurity Report.
You are listening to Cyber FM, hosted by R.S.H.
It is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. You are locked in and tuned to Cyber FM, your primary frequency for the digital frontline. I'm your host, R.S.H, and on the briefing desk today, we're moving past the headlines of yesterday to look at the immediate threats surfacing today. We're breaking down a critical code execution flaw in protobuf.js library affecting thousands of web apps, the massive McGraw Hill breach exposing over 13 million records, a high-stakes infrastructure hit on Venice's flood control systems, and Oracle's massive April security drop patching nearly 500 vulnerabilities. Let's begin.
Story number 1. Critical code execution in protobuf.js.
Leading today's coverage is a massive vulnerability in a foundational piece of the web. A critical flaw tracked the CVE 2026-412 has been identified in protobuf.js. For the non-devs listening, this is a JavaScript library used to help different online services talk to each other and store data. The bug allows an attacker to inject malicious code via a custom schema. If an application processes that schema, the attacker gets a direct line to environment variables, credentials, and internal databases. It's a classic supply chain nightmare. The vulnerability isn't in your code, but in the tools you use to build it. Patching is required immediately for any service relying on Google's protocol buffers in a JS environment.
Story number 2. 13.5 million records leaked in McGraw Hill breach.
Education giant McGraw Hill has confirmed a staggering data breach following an extortion attempt. We are looking at roughly 13.5 million unique email addresses leaked, alongside names and physical addresses. The culprit, a classic Salesforce misconfiguration that left over 100 gigabytes of data exposed to the public web. While we often talk about sophisticated hackers, this is a reminder that the human error is still the most effective exploit in an attacker's toolkit. If you used their digital learning platforms, your data is likely already circulating on the dark web.
Story number 3. Hackers target Venice flood defense systems.
In a chilling example of infrastructure targeting, a group calling themselves Infrastructure Destruction Squad has claimed a breach of the hydraulic pump systems in Piazza San Marco, Venice. The attackers reportedly gained administrative access to the city's flood defense interface, threatening to disable protections that keep the coastal city dry. They aren't just looking for data, they are selling root access to the physical pumps for a mere $600. It's a low-cost, high-consequence attack that highlights the terrifying vulnerability of our aging operational technology, also known as OT systems.
Story number 4. Oracle releases massive April patch update.
Finally, Oracle has dropped its April 2026 critical patch update, and it's a doozy. We are talking about 481 new security patches across 28 product families. More than 300 of these vulnerabilities are remotely exploitable without any authentication. This means if you're running unpatched Oracle Identity Manager or Web Services Manager, you are essentially leaving your front door wide open and hanging a welcome sign for the intruders. In the world of enterprise security, update day isn't just a chore, it's a survival tactic. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the R.S.S.H delivery company, New York's exclusive delivery option. In an era where secure cloud storage is often just a misconfiguration away from a global leak, the R.S.S.H knows the only truly unhackable firewall is a physical one. Whether you're moving encrypted drives or cold storage hardware, New York trusts the R.S.S.H for a guaranteed human chain of custody across the 5 boroughs. When your data is too sensitive for the wire, don't upload it. Use an R.S.S.H bike messenger. That is the state of the digital world for this Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. Today we've dissected the protobuf.js supply chain threat, the McGraw Hill misconfiguration, the alarming breach of Venice's flood defenses, and the massive Oracle patch cycle. The takeaway, from the libraries in your code to the pumps in the street, the perimeter is always shifting. When the digital world feels too volatile, remember that some assets are safer in a bike messenger's bag in New York City than in a database. This is Cyber FM, brought to you by the R.S.S.H delivery company. I'm your host, R.S.H. Stay secure.
listening to Cyber FM, hosted by R.S.S.H.